All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. It's Dave, the Real Music Observer, observing real music in real time for real people, just like you right there, and yours truly right here. So yesterday I put out a video about the Styx situation and how it just seems as though the guys in the band are now kind of backpedaling on their Mr. Roboto recall, more or less. And, how the song was originally performed, and, they actually liked the song, and they just didn't like the circumstances surrounding the tour and the song and the album. And, I was trolled pretty hard yesterday, I'll be honest, by somebody I don't even know. I don't know. Some housekeeping things that are connected with this, and most of you aren't going to know what I'm talking about. I'm not sure how much of a social media footprint I will have in the future. I wasn't even doing comments on videos. I don't look at the comments. I don't have time to get so angry, because imagine you put yourself out there and everybody in the world just makes you a target. I've got these t-shirts in the works, and I'm afraid people are just going to use them for dartboards, and it's here, I got a dartboard, and they'll shoot a video, and they'll have a picture of my face, and they'll be throwing darts, and they'll post the video, and it'll be funny for those who are in on the joke and so forth. And it's just a weird, cruel planet we live on. It just is. I don't know what to make of it. So I notice this happens a lot after I get really fired up about a topic. And it's almost as if, you can't get fired up about this. You have some kind of personal vendetta against Tommy Shaw and JY. It's like, no. Up until about maybe 2012, I really supported those guys. I thought, yup, Dennis is the problem in this. He's not willing to work. He's basically like, the Liza Minnelli of Styx. We don't need that. We just need the rockers. And I was under that impression of that opinion for a long time, until Dennis assembled a band and hit the road and began to tour relentlessly. And his band, quite honestly, is much better than the product that Styx is putting out there. And let's talk about Roboto, okay? You may not like Mr. Roboto as a song. That's fine. That's your opinion. Mine is that it's a good song. And Styx apparently agrees with me, because they've added it to their set list. So pretty much everybody agrees that Roboto is a good song. So when you come back at me and tell me that Roboto isn't a good song, not only are you in the minority, you're also disagreeing with Styx, Dennis DeYoung, and yours truly, and a lot of people who apparently really enjoy the song. Dennis DeYoung predicted that the song would become the most popular song ever recorded by Styx. So when I do a video basically calling these guys out, because they had stated through the years that no, and how did they state it? Well, they decided to omit the song from the set list. Now they're omitting other songs. I mentioned the fact that I think they might omit Babe, but they may bring it back someday. If they're going to bring Roboto back, you got to bring Babe back. But people, I'm just surprised at how worked up people get. And then when I present a cogent thought back, and then the insults start flying at me, again, I don't know how much of a footprint I'm going to have on, it could be one or the two. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, and WordPress right now, and YouTube, obviously. I don't need all of this social media presence. I don't even know if it's healthy, because people just randomly show up one day, and then they become, really hostile and crazy, and I sit there and I go, okay. Yeah, now I give it back at times, because I'm just sitting there going, okay, where did this come from? It comes out of nowhere. And look, folks, if you're going to compare this to last year, yeah, I was having some issues with Mr. Neil Sean. Those issues have been cleared up because I have more information than I used to. Now, if Tommy Shaw wants to contact me and send me messages and say, hey man, you don't know what we went through. You don't know what Dennis DeYoung put us through when, we were all in sticks together. I mean, this is why we can't work with him, X, Y, and Z. And if I find that information out, then I'll be happy to do a video and say how horrible of a person Dennis DeYoung is. But right now, I'm not of that opinion. In fact, his current band, Dennis's current band, they've been together for, I think, a decade or so, and they seem to like one another. It's really interesting. So, for all of the hand-wringing about Mr. Roboto, I just claim that it's a good song, it's a fun song. I don't know what people who, Styx isn't a hard rock band. They never were. And I'm not saying that Tommy can't sing and play music. JY, I'm not sure if JY can sing, but, he sung a couple of tracks that I've been okay with. But the point is, I never went out there and said he can't sing. I do have some issues with Mr. Gowan, and I've been quite upfront and plain spoken about those issues. So, I don't know, transparency and passion and opinions here typically get people riled up. But, if it's kumbaya and the world is just, everything's great, every type of music is fine. It's funny, when you get accused of being a snowflake, when you're using anti-snowflake rhetoric, it's really bizarre. And that's when, I put some stuff up on Twitter and people are like, what? And I'm like, yeah, it's a weird, and that's another thing too. I try so hard to not be political because I hate politics. I hate the toxic world of politics, and this channel has nothing to do with politics. So if you're bringing politics in, you're forcing it in the door because I've locked the house, okay? I have said no. And when people start making these wild assertions about what I believe in, they don't know what they're talking about. They need to have a... By the way, if you're wanting to have a conversation with me, the best way you can be in a conversation with me is cordial and agreeable, okay? People don't want to hang out with people who disagree with them. It's just a part of life. It depends how you disagree. If you just say, well, Roboto is just a horrible song. Okay, well, tell me why you think it is a bad song, and we can have that discussion. Just talk about it like, have a cogent thought, but don't come at me with, oh, well, this is bad, and everybody knows it's bad. Everybody says so. Okay, who's everybody? Give me a list of names. Give me some rock critics. Give me some people that have some kind of, modicum of knowledge about why the song is bad. All right, I'm done. This is, oh, by the way, happy Father's Day. Don't forget, Patreon, I need your help more than ever over on Patreon. It's just $1 a month if you want to check it out. I promise eventually there's going to be more exclusive content over there. And Patreon folks, if I do these t-shirts I've been talking about, you guys are probably going to get first dibs on t-shirts. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do it yet though, because this just, who knew that I'd have t-shirts to sell. But here we are. All right, I'm done. See you soon.